Hello, everyone, and welcome to Impossible to Say. My name is Kat Wellington.
And my name is Emily Proctor. I just wanted to say whoa, hello, sorry. Happy April 29th. Do you know the
Oh, yeah,
significance?
I do.
Mhm.
I actually do. I saw on Taylor Nation.
I keep seeing tweets that I keep sending to Kyle where it's like, happy cheat on your partner day. So I don't know. I guess like we're against cheating, but I guess you have a free pass today,
Wait,
you
is it not a
guys.
Taylor Swift thing?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but she
Oh,
remember she was like, do you really want to know where I was on April 29th? She was cheating.
oh, okay. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. I wasn't like I thought maybe the cheat day was separate, but that's the same.
I would
Okay,
assume
well,
today's the cheat day.
happy cheat day. Let's get our girl who wanted to cheat on her husband. Let's give her a happy cheat day.
Wait, okay, this is crazy. I didn't even plan that. I didn't even know what I was gonna say when we started filming.
Yeah, of course
I
not.
actually have an update from her.
No way. Wait,
Yes.
really quickly before you say that, I saw someone email and say, like, if we still have this pod when you get married, we're gonna start and say, my name is Emily Crampf.
Oh, that just made me a little sick. A little
I was like,
ill.
holy shit. I mean, you don't
Whoa.
have to change it, but at least for the first, I mean, I know you're changing your last name, but on the pod, but at least for the first one when you get married, you would have to do that because it'd be iconic.
It would be crazy, especially if I didn't tell you guys when I got married. There's no way you wouldn't know,
There's no
obviously.
way in hell. On the Patreon, I'm sure we do like wedding planning.
No, of course. I actually, like I don't really want to change my last name, but, like, I know I maybe should. I don't know. I'm still kind of, like, indifferent. I might hyphenate or drop my middle name, I think.
Amanda.
Yeah, we might say goodbye to Amanda.
I love Amanda.
Yeah, I know. I just think I like Emily Proctor, and I like having the buffer between Cramph. Like, I like having a little something that's not my middle name.
Yeah, I like Emily Proctor as well, but support you in whatever you do. I can't believe you don't know what
Thanks.
you're gonna do yet. I feel like you're getting married like tomorrow.
Well, possibly. Obviously, Kyle and I put a second offer in on a house, and me bringing this up on the pod is probably gonna bite me in the ass, but maybe I'm just, like,
No,
speaking it into
I
existence.
was
I'm
gonna
just
say it
manifesting.
could be manifestation space or it could bite you in the
Mhm.
ass, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Either way.
so I told y'all the second we buy a house, I have given Kyle permission to propose,
Mhm.
so, I mean I told him we have to be in the house. I'm so worried. You know how men are, like, they don't really listen. Like, I'm so worried that he would still propose before we've even, like, really moved in after we bought the house. So I told him, I said, "We have to be living, like, we have to be sleeping in the new house before you can propose."
Wow. I didn't know you set a new rule that you had to be sleeping packed or unpacked, like moved in.
But just, like, slightly. There can still be some boxes around, but just, like, a little bit unpacked. Just
All
have my
right.
makeup out.
Okay. We'll make sure your
Yeah.
vanity is like set up and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'm still iffy on the name change. My coworker got married. She still hasn't changed her name yet. Her mom never changed her name, which is like kind of like a badass bitch move. So I don't know. I don't
My
know.
stepmom did like she just changed it, but like didn't change it legally. So, which I think is a
Yeah.
good way to go if you're because she still just kind of uses both and people call her both and she doesn't care, you know?
That's what I'm thinking I'll probably do. Kyle's like, I want to be a family. I want to have the same last name, which is sweet. But I'm like,
No, I
we can
think
still
like
do all of
legally and
that.
maybe like when you have kids and stuff, it makes sense to change your last name so you have the same last name as your kids and they have the same last name as both of y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you can procrastinate that for a while.
Probably will. I mean, I tell you guys that when I play Sims and in the world where it's like Kyle and I made him take my last name. So,
Mhm.
obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
makes
we
the
all
most
know I'm
sense
not
to
taking any
me.
last name. I just really like Wellington. It's not even like a feminism thing for me. I just like my name.
Oh, it's a gorgeous name.
Thank you.
You can't fuck up a good thing.
Brett and I were looking on famous birthdays today, and I am the number one most famous person with the last name Wellington, so I got to keep it.
Holy fuck.
But
Not even the
there's no
person
way
who
that's
came
true.
up
Just on famous birthdays. Like that's not
as
an
a
accurate
reliable source.
it's not an accurate website like in the slightest. We were just looking because he thought it was funny. Oh, I was trying to show him I was in this Sports Illustrated article. This one sweet girl who writes for Sports Illustrated put me in Sports Illustrated Swim in this Coachella article with like Alex Earl and Brianna Chicken Fry. And I was like,
Cat.
God bless. Like, I love your sister. Like, I shouldn't be there, but like, that's very, very sweet.
I'm gonna go buy the print edition of that. That's actually amazing.
I doubt it's in print. I really do.
Also, there's no way, respectfully, you're more famous than the person who came up with beef Wellington
No, and well, I think it must be like maybe in the pop cult. I don't know if it's like in a
in the pop culture
category.
world. Mhm.
I mean, it said on all famous birthdays, but it must not have like historical figures because there's definitely like Wellingtons. Like Wellington is a place. Like Wellington is a lot of different street. Like there are Wellingtons that did something clearly.
Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, like, I don't really care about historical figures on famous birthdays, like, I just want the pop culture shit, which is
That's
still
true.
history, but, like, it's not the important stuff.
Yeah. Did you watch, speaking of Herster, did you watch the overcompensating trailer this morning?
Yes, and I needed it, like, 2 weeks ago, like, I need the show so badly, I cannot fucking wait.
That was the first thing I saw when I cracked my eyes open this morning, and it was really beautiful.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous, that's such a good morning routine. I was
Yeah.
gonna go pull it up again because I just, like, love everything about it. I cannot wait. I think I'm most excited obviously, I love Benny, but I'm most excited to see Mary Beth, like, on screen. I can't wait.
I am too. I feel like she's more mysterious to me as an actress. Like him, I feel like
Mhm.
I know, but maybe that's because we're also getting more of him in the trailers and stuff. But yeah, I just can't wait to see her part because I feel like we don't know as much about it.
I feel like she wasn't in the trailer that much, so I'm, like,
I
I'm
know.
intrigued. I can't wait. I think we're gonna try to watch, like, all the girls on this side of town, are gonna try to
Yeah.
watch together, so we'll see. Oh my god, speaking of all the girls, we're doing a mom's night out this
Oh
weekend, and
yeah.
I cannot wait to tell y'all how it goes. My mom keeps saying, like, that she's not sleeping in DC and that she's, like, going home, and I'm like, "I literally will not allow that." Like, we are sleeping on an air mattress in our friend's apartment.
Oh, I
Sorry.
didn't know y'all are doing like sleepover mom's night. That's so fun. My mom would love that. Mom, don't I like if you're listening, I'm very sorry I'm not there.
I
They
honestly
they
thought
did
about
try to get me to come home, but
I
I
thought about
couldn't.
texting your mom just to, like, have her come anyways, but then I figured it
Oh,
would've
she would do
maybe
that.
make her sad that you weren't there, and we do have Casey's coming without her mom, so, like, they could always pair
Oh,
up,
they could pair
which
up,
would
yeah.
be
That's not
hilarious.
bad.
Yeah, so, obviously, my mom is freaking out about what to wear. She's making me come over ahead of
Oh.
time to pick something out of her closet just in case she needs to go shopping, and I'm like, "Mom, we're just doing a sexy dinner and going out to bars."
Yeah, but
She's like,
that's, like,
"What the
so
fuck?"
sweet. I love her.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be fun. I can't wait to tell y'all how it goes.
My mom, like, would my mom goes out more than I do. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but, like, she would that's just got her written all over it. I'm pretty bummed about that for her. And
I
also,
mean,
my mom texted me, like, she didn't even tell me. Her and my stepdad went to the Remy Wolf concert, and I don't think she fully understood because my stepdad, like, Remy Wolf must have come on his Discover Weekly or something, which, like, God bless, and I love her, and she should get every listener coming her way, whatever. So he finds her, that's his number one artist of the year on
I
Spotify.
didn't know that.
Yes, and
I
this is
didn't know
like a
Remy
man who's
topped his
like,
Wrapped. That's
yeah, he's
crazy.
like pretty, like he listens to a lot of older music. Like think Jimmy World, think Foo
Mhm.
Fighters,
Yeah, I'm thinking like
So,
dad classic rock.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
then Remy Wolf, number one. So they were at the concert. My mom was like, "Oh my God, we're the oldest people here. Like they think Tim is a cop." And I'm like, they- she's like, "I'm hiding in the corner. I feel so bad." And I'm like, "No, first of
Oh
all,
my god.
I feel like Remy Wolf fans would be very nice. And like they would love the fact that you're there and you just love her."
Yeah, there with like without kids, I would just assume that it was like some 14-year-old's parents or something like that.
I know, but it's literally just them like being there out of like loving her music.
That is so beautiful. I mean, Remy's got like a generational voice, and her music is like, I'm sorry, like if you just don't like it, there's something wrong with you. It's so
No, I
fucking
totally
good.
agree. It's very like universally fun, and I don't think it that she should only have an audience of that certain age group. That's just kind of I feel like what she's been exposed to at this point.
I can't wait to see Tim again and ask him, like, his favorite songs. I feel like we could have a full-blown conversation about it. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I feel like you know way more than I do. Okay, wait, should we go into that girl's update or do we have more to say? Because I
I
don't
mean, yeah, we
mind going right into it.
yeah, we definitely can. Let me see here. I actually missed it in our inbox somehow, and she had to DM me, and I'm really glad that she did, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I did not see
Um
that. Sorry.
Hey again, hearing you guys read my first email was so surreal and such a shock. Obviously, I knew would be able to read it, but I've never written into a podcast before and was just not prepared, lol. Honestly, I really needed the shock and the tough love reminders to reinforce what I already knew to be true. So, although y'all were pretty sure I wouldn't listen, I'm happy to announce that I did. I went on the trip knowing that I needed to make sure I didn't cross the line. On the drive to the conference, I knew I wanted to at least address the elephant in the room. I told her that I was attracted to her and that I feel myself get nervous around her often. And said, I know I flirt a lot, but I wasn't sure if she noticed. She was extremely chill and casual about it and said something like, I flirt with all my friends. She acknowledged that she finds me attractive and said it's completely normal for me to feel that way, even with being married. She also said, no need to feel anxious about it, and she knows I wouldn't want to cheat on my partner. So at the end of the day, apparently it was never that deep, anyways. I still feel like I'm crushing a bit, but feeling more level headed about it all and feel like it will eventually pass. My husband and I are going to start counseling together to strengthen our connection. I really care for him. It's just a little hard to accept that I'll probably not get to explore relationships with women. Hopefully, not too long of an update. Love the pod and you girls.
Wow, that went as great as it could have gone. I honestly
Yeah.
thought maybe the timeline of us reading her story like wouldn't get to her before the
Hmm.
conference. So I'm so glad that it did. And that I mean, she took our advice and like they communicated normally and wow, that's and she's going to therapy. Like I couldn't ask for anything more.
It's the best case scenario. I do think, and we definitely said this, it was just one of those things that she got like just caught up in, and it was like the excitement of having a crush, and you just like weren't really like thinking things through. But she
Yeah.
obviously ended up doing that, and it sounds like her and her husband have a really great relationship, and they're working on things, which is great.
That really is amazing. And like again, if you get down the line and it's not working out with your husband, like which I hope that it does obviously, but then
Hmm.
you can, figure that out. But at least right now like it's not just this impulse decision to do something crazy and then there's a whole blow up.
Yeah, I feel like her acknowledging her feelings with the other girl kind of made it like a little bit more real, and that's when she realized she was like, "Oh wait, yeah, it's not that serious."
I know. I thought they had talked about it, but maybe it was just like a few comments and then once they were like she might have accidentally thought it was more serious because clearly it was serious to her. And then the other girl was kind of like, "Oh yeah, I flirt with everyone," and then that'll
Yeah,
humble you very quickly. But like, if
100%.
that's what you needed to get out of that situation, then God bless.
Yeah,
So
so love that. Love to
that makes
hear
me feel
that.
better because I was feeling kind of mean about that. But yay, we got full circle news on that. We don't have to go into stories yet. I did want to talk about this weekend. Oh, well, I guess Friday was Miles's birthday. That was our first birthday of his. We were celebrating together because, sorry, wait 1 second. Okay, I just had a panic that my mic wasn't on, but it was. Um, anyway, that was our first birthday of Miles's that we celebrated together, and we had a great time. Went to dinner Thursday because he had friends coming into town. So the only thing I want to say is he asked if I would like have people over my house for his birthday, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Like especially at first I was like, no, I don't have people over. And then I was like, actually, yeah, because that's kind of best case scenario for me where like people are coming over, but it's not about me.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I have to make everything like so fucking difficult in my head. But anyway, so I had all my friends come here first so this is on Saturday. I went out with him Friday. They all stayed out till I went out with him and his friends on Friday. They all stayed out till like 5 a.m. So then the
Oh
next
my
day,
god.
we were supposed to start at my house at 2. Obviously, like no one's wanting to come. Everyone's asleep. And I'm like, Channing and I just went to Gelson's and bought $300 worth of alcohol. And I'm like, all right, nice. I guess I will just kill myself. But so I told my friends to get there before because I didn't want them to get there to my house. Like this is like my I don't know, just a bunch of straight men in my house. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, where are we gonna
It's so
sit? Like,
scary.
are you guys gonna use coasters? Like, I don't
You're gonna have to
know.
watch sports. What's
Oh my
happening?
God, yeah. And like Friday, like I love Miles so much, obviously, but Friday, like I showed up and they're all that's when I'd taken my scooter. So I hadn't drank anything.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. I forgot.
Yeah,
Anyways,
sorry.
keep
They're
going.
realizing there's a lot of layers to this. I thought it would be very simple. But so
Uh,
I take the scooter because I don't even know what I was doing during the day, but I was doing work during the day or something, and then I was like coming and he was working during the day. So then I was going to meet up with them at like 7-ish, and I literally have never scootered in LA by myself. One time with Miles, like home from a bar, but like, this is the first time I've ever scootered by myself because I had the app on my phone. Y'all will know from my sister scootering. Okay.
mhm.
So I was like, oh, the scooter's right in front of my house. Like, maybe I should just do that. Like, it's half the price of an Uber and it's a really nice day. So, first time I take a scooter by myself in LA, that girl videotapes me. And I really thought videotapes. This girl records me. Like, I sound like I'm like 57 years old. She got me on videotape and I thought it was so fucking hilarious. And then it was like, so I show up and all these boys are blackout drunk because they've been drinking a while. And Miles is really drunk and they're like watching sports and they don't like really know me because they're all his friends from out of town. So I'm like, hey. And I'm like, what am I doing here? And Miles is like, well, I love you and I want you to be here. I'm like, you guys are blackout watching basketball. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh my god, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
But anyway, it ended up being very fun. But the point is, so I get that video. It's in my, not even my requests. People didn't believe that I didn't know them. Not even in my request, in my hidden request, because I was like so just on my phone because I didn't know what to do with my body
Yep.
because of the situation. So that's why I was actually in my hidden request. Um,
So, I mean, Instagram tried to hide it from you, obviously.
Yeah, well, my Instagram has a thing where a lot of times I've never like accepted a DM from someone, instead of just going to my request, which like is basically already a hidden request, it accidentally goes into spam. Like most of my
Yeah.
replies go into hidden requests. So I'm like used to checking it because I feel like I'll miss some replies that I want to respond to. Anyway, saw that right away. And then it's funny because I was like cracking up and showing the guys and they were like, holy shit, like I could never do what you do. Like that's so crazy. And
Uh,
I was like, no, this isn't like no, I actually thought it was funny because they thought I was like way more famous than I am, you
oh,
know?
that is actually
And
nice.
I was
Good
like, yeah,
timing.
like this happens like all the time. Like never
I
happens. Like no
literally
one
can't even step outside with someone
no, that's
recording
what they
me.
were saying. Like that's how they thought it was.
Could
But
never
like
do what
I
you
never
do.
get recognized ever. So
Oh, shit.
so I was like, all right, like fuck yeah. But I was just crying laughing at the video, obviously, because it was so funny. And it was just a random girl we'd never communicated that sent it. And I told her I thought it was hilarious. And yeah. And people don't
I just
understand the video at all.
I, like, love the instinct to take a video of you, and I don't mean this in, like, a negative way or, like, a hater way at all. Like, I just love it, like, take a video, send it to you. Be like,
She
"Just saw you."
said, she said, Queen, please tell me this is you. So I
Oh
think she was
my
like
god.
looking for a confirmation. And I was like, yep, that actually is gonna be me. So, and then just like the
That would be
soft
me.
Tyla playing was like so perfect
Mhm.
in the background.
The
Love
whole
her to
way that you were looking, like, your facial expression
well, that's
was so
one thing. Everyone keeps
good.
commenting like the straight face. I'm like, do y'all
What are
want me
you
to be like
supposed to be
crying,
doing?
laughing? Like I'm scootering by myself. And then
But
people were
literally
mad at
be
me for
even
you
it
know
would
how you're
be
not
so
supposed to be on the
weird.
sidewalk?
Oh, yeah, god, yeah, you're supposed to be in the street, right? Or you're supposed to be
Yeah,
on the sidewalk?
getting canceled because I guess someone had passed recently for like
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're
but
literally
I was
fighting with
okay, to be
Canada, we don't
fair,
need to cancel Cat.
I was on the road most of the time, and then in that specific spot, like, I got really scared. There's no bike lane on that, road, so I'm sorry, I got on the sidewalk. I didn't wanna get hit and die either, so, like, a lot of people don't wanna die.
Oh my god.
Um, yeah, they are scary,
The
and I don't like to ride them, but it was an exception.
I can't even begin to explain to you, like, I was in the perfect scenario for when I discovered that video because, we were all in an Uber together, all the girls. We went out last weekend in DC, and most of us had taken mushrooms. We're all, like, incredibly drunk, like, it was the drunkest I've been in a really long time, and Elena literally just starts screaming, like, just starts screaming in the back of the Uber, and it's like, "You guys have to go to Kat's Instagram." I mean, tears streaming down my fucking face.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievably funny. Oh my god.
It was a gift for sure because, like, I literally love it. I didn't think it was creepy at all. I thought it was, beautiful. Like, I was joking about it, but I sent it to all my friends and they, like, would not stop laughing about it, like, sending it back and forth. And then Brett was like, "You have to post that." And then
Yeah.
yeah, so I ended up posting it, but then the funny part is that I was like, "I will end it all," because obviously you guys know because you listen to this podcast. It's just embarrassing to get caught on a solo scooter, like looking like so dead ass. So it's not like there's anything wrong. I wasn't saying there's anything wrong with scootering. Like it's fine. It was just fucking hilarious. But then so people don't understand the video at all because people are like, "What? I don't get
Well,
it."
they
So
they don't
I think
feel like they don't get half the shit that you post then, like
well, I think people that don't follow me, I mean,
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
because
I
it
forgot
has
I'm
like
a
millions of views
viral
on
sensation.
reels.
Yep.
Because I think people are watching, waiting for something to happen and nothing happens. So,
That's the whole point,
anywho,
babe.
I know.
Oh my god, that's so good.
So, not to keep talking, but what I was gonna get to is that it was just funny. Miles and his friends eventually did end up coming. My friends were already here. Very much like kind of an awkward vibe at first. Like, imagine my friends meeting a like big group of straight guys that they don't know. Well, they know
I'm
some
sure
of
they had a
them.
fucking field day with them. Oh my god, I can't even
Yup.
imagine.
Yep, and at first it was, like, somewhat awkward because we weren't, like, really all drinking. I mean, we weren't drunk yet, but then by, like, give it an hour, Tristan was late, so add Tristan to the mix, then, I mean, we're toast. Like, they there was
Off
one
to the
specific
races.
guy, one guy who I'd met for the first time who was just, like, very bro, love the guy, but they just kept saying his name and Yap because that they've been doing that recently, like, this and Yap, like, this and Yap, and they would not stop saying it to him where the point where he was, like, sprinting away going, "I don't know what Yap is, I don't know what they're saying to me," and I'm like they just kept saying his first name and Yap. Anyway, there was just a lot of that to the point where I think we scared not we, my friends had scared the shit out of them because by the time then we're all drunk. Channing's trying on all my dresses, coming down, doing different fashion shows. They're obviously not reacting the way that she wants, so she goes and puts another dress on.
Oh my god, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, so and we all
Oh
ended
my
up
god.
like fitting everyone in the catio pretty much, and which I wasn't expecting. So a lot of drinking in the catio, which was beautiful. I can't wait to drink in the catio with you. But
Oh
anyway,
man, I
yeah,
can't wait.
I wish I could describe it in a better way, but like a lot of them did not understand our sense of humor, which makes a lot of sense because
Well,
it can come
your
off mean
friends
at first, I will
yeah,
say.
sure. I guess it can seem like a little bit antagonizing, but at the end of the day, it's like literally so harmless. But they have the ability, like the whole like blank and yap thing, like is such a non-funny internet trend. But the way that they make it so fucking
Well, they
stupid and
that's
funny
why they're
is
taking it because
such a
it's not
talent.
funny.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's some shit they were saying when we were there too, and I was like, this suddenly is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, we're
Such
in
a
a
talent.
really bad yeah, Channing and Tristan have a very special talent. I'm sure everyone's listening to their podcast that listens to ours, but I've been listening to every episode and it like genuinely you need to listen to it, Emily. Like it cracks me the fuck up. Their prank calls are they're genius. Like
I have
genius.
listened to one of them because they've come across my TikTok desk, and it was one of them prank calling the nail technician or the girl
Yeah.
who's going to nail
I love
school.
that. I just watched that one too.
Crying, laughing. Oh my god, so good.
Me hand you to my boss Zach. Um uh
Oh my god.
yeah, is that the one where she
Damn.
says that would be smiled upon?
Yep, mhm.
I loved that one.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're in a really bad phase as a friend group where it's funny in but in the friend group where we like anything anyone says, we say okay, or like the new one from Coachella that Tristan and I can't stop saying, like after anyone says anything, you say very, very cool, which like randomly makes people feel really bad. So like when and also nice, not to mention nice is the new one that everyone's just like you say anything and then this and then we say
Nice.
nice, nice. Nice, very nice. So it's like, so when you introduce new people to that, it comes off very rude, very, very rude. Um, and then, but okay, the only thing I wanted to say to wrap it up, by the end of the night, they all understood it and they were like praising Tristan for being the alpha of our group.
Oh my
And
god.
he loved that shit.
I can only imagine. Well, it's either like it's a sink or swim situation. Like if you don't adapt, you're fucked.
No, it's like adapt or leave
Or
because that's,
die.
yeah, that's all you have. So some people did leave and because they could not make it through. The
Mm-mm.
ones that stayed, we have a bond that will last forever now. So
1000%. That's exactly how I feel. Like my I mean, I think the first time that I hung out with Tristan, I feel like Channing wasn't really around. We didn't
yeah,
see her
she
all too much
wasn't
that first
really
weekend.
there that first
But
weekend. Yeah.
like imagine like me meeting Tristan and his like lingo and his dictionary and vocabulary that he comes with. We've been drinking for like 12 hours straight. We haven't eaten a single morsel of food.
Hmm.
We've taken the most insane mushrooms I've ever taken in my entire life. And then similar situation, 6 straight men that none of
Yeah.
us know or have a connection with walk in, including Meatball from The Bachelor. Like
Yeah.
I literally adapt or die, sink or
It's
swim.
it's very yeah, it was like very similar to that where yeah, I mean, and
It was
he was over the moon because he had a new audience, and that's
a
how
new
he was
audience and it was the
that time
best time
with
of my
you
life.
girls. Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Wait, so how
Man,
was speaking of you seeing the scooter video, how was that girls' night?
it was good. It was really, really fun. Like I said, I got really fucked up. We went to a new restaurant that most of us hadn't been to before in DC, like downtown DC, right next to the White House. We all
Very
flicked it off
pretty.
as we got out of our Uber,
Yay.
obviously. Um, and then it was called Hamilton for anyone who wanted to know. Very good. And then went to a speakeasy and then went to another bar. The bar we went to is completely dead. Mad Hatter. We've been there before.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously we went upstairs and we were like sitting behind the DJ, and we kept saying that we bought like VIP DJ booth, like we were on
Yeah.
barricade. Of course, no one was there. Like there's literally 5 people on the dance floor and then us upstairs. The DJ kept walking away and going to the bar to get a drink, like literally leaving us there with his DJ stuff. So
Hmm.
obviously, we're gonna fuck around with it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I unfortunately was not there at the time that this happened. I left to go take a shot with a random man,
Perfect.
obviously. And Alicia came with me, and then all of a sudden I see Elena's head peek around the corner, and I was like, "Come here, come take a shot." And she was like, "No, no, no," and just like stood there, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Turns out the DJ had gone back and started screaming at Casey because Casey
Yeah.
decided to step in and take his place, and he started screaming and being like, "This is thousands and thousands of
I
dollars."
was
Like,
gonna say I feel like
mhm.
people would get really, really mad about
Yeah.
that.
To be fair, she didn't, like, really touch anything. She might have, like, literally, like, touched a key on his keyboard on the
Which would be hard
laptop.
not to, and I
Yeah,
support.
of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, because we really fucked with him at first. We asked him to play some Charlie, and he played track 10, which, like, not necessarily, like, a super mega deep cut, but, like, not a radio hit.
Right.
So, that was crazy, and we're like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna listen to us all night long." But then, obviously, after that, he fucking hated our guts, so we did have to exit the bar.
Okay.
Got in the Uber, immediately got out of the Uber, puked my guts up everywhere, and then watched music videos till we fell asleep. It was a great night.
That really does sound great other than the, like, getting screamed out of it all.
Yeah, I
Did y'all
mean,
get kicked out or did you just leave out of embarrassment?
no, we felt like well, there was no one there, so we couldn't really get embarrassed,
Oh,
luckily.
okay. Yeah.
No, Casey was feeling, like, a little bit bad, so I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, we can just literally leave, it's 2 AM, we can go home, it doesn't matter."
Yeah.
So,
We
and
did
it's
get
probably
kicked
for the
out of
best.
a bar on Saturday as well, so.
Oh, Lord have mercy, what did you guys do?
Brett and Channing went to the bathroom together, so that'll
Mhm.
do it every time. But
Yeah.
like pretty small bar, and Channing, I didn't realize they were getting kicked out because Tristan and I are actually were in a different bathroom together. So I don't know. We just hadn't
Perfect.
gotten kicked out yet. Um, but then I like we walk out and the bartender's like screaming and he's like looking for the girl in the dress because Channing went out in my sundress.
Oh.
Um, and Channing is doing this thing where it's so Channing to like walk away, like going up to a random table. Such a small bar, by the way. Like he's gonna find her. Going up to a random table, being like, "Hi guys, how are you? Like, how's your day
So
going?" Like trying to hide. She's like just like walking like very
oh my
Channing.
god.
And he's like, I'm like, she's right here. Like, so he's chasing her around. And he's like, she's got to go. And I'm like, oh my God, sorry. Like, what'd she do? Like, I'll get her out. Like, and then he's like, and the guy in the glasses. And I was like, which guy in the
Guy in the
glasses? Like
glasses.
Tristan or Brett? And he's like pointing at Brett. So we all had to sprint out of this bar because they were like dragging Channing by the dress. Not
I mean,
literally. And she was
what are you
totally
supposed to
fine.
do?
But
That is so funny.
I
Just
just
for going to the
loved watching
bathroom?
her. Yeah, I guess so. Like, I mean, they were like, that's not cool to have a girl in the men's bathroom, which sure, whatever. But I was just loving like watching her try to like weave around, like walk very
Mhm.
slowly and casually, like who wouldn't see
Like
her.
she wasn't being
She
chased.
was
I
gonna
love
blend
that.
in.
Oh my god.
Oh
Damn.
Lord. Well, it was a success, and I'm glad that you had a fun weekend as well. And maybe
Mhm.
we should move on here shortly.
Absolutely. Would you like to I just have a really long story, so if you have an advice, that would be cool.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Oh my God. I'm trying to quit F45. Sorry, I was looking for a story on my phone. I'm trying to quit F45. And I texted them that and they won't. They were like, can we give you a quick call? And I was like, no, baby. And they were like, okay, well, can we like lower you to a less expensive membership? And I'm like, no, like just let me quit. And I said, let me know if I need to email or text, but like, let's get this shit going. I don't know.
I
I
can't
just
believe
decided
I
I'm
can't
over it.
can't believe that they are reaching out to you like that, but then I just remember that I was doing ClassPass, I wasn't, like, an actual member there, so I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
don't even
fucked up
care, but
you have to cancel gyms in person, like, that I mean, if our president's gonna do all this fuck ass shit, he might as well just add that.
it's
Let's not
really
have to cancel
like
gyms in person.
I mean, I guess like I get why you would want a reason. I've been there for almost 2 years, but like, hi, I'm telling you I want to quit. So let me quit. Like I need to move on. Anyway.
I get it.
Okay. I have an advice. This is kind of an interesting one. Hey, ladies, I love the pod so much. Thank you for always brightening our weeks. Something happened over the weekend, and I'm still not sure how to move forward with it. Some context: my mom is one of 6 siblings. 4 of them are her sisters. My cousins and I have a pretty complicated relationship with our parents. Classic boomer energy, so we've become really close as adults, helping each other navigate boundaries and family dynamics. Over 2 years ago, when I got married, my Aunt Mary, who I'm really close with, gave me a ring that she had received from her late husband, who was also my cousin Jen's dad. Jen lost her father over 25 years ago, and it's been a major source of trauma for her. She's also had a tough relationship with her mom, Mary, ever since. When Mary offered me the ring, I was hesitant. I asked her why Jen didn't have it, and Mary gave me an explanation that made me feel okay accepting it. Since then, it's been my wedding band, and I really cherish it. This past weekend, Jen and her kids were in town visiting. Her 8-year old daughter was playing with my rings, and I told her the story about how her grandma Mary gave me the one that is now my wedding band. She took it off my finger, as kids do, and asked Jen why her grandma gave the ring to me and not her. Jen brushed it off and seemed totally uninterested, almost like she didn't even recognize the ring. But the next day, my mom texted me saying Jen was distraught that Mary had given me her dad's ring instead of her. My mom said I should do the right thing and give it back like it was always supposed to be Jen's. Just to be clear, it's not her dad's actual wedding ring. It's a different ring he gave to Mary, and I made sure at the time that Jen didn't want it. Plus, Jen is 20 years older than me and has had plenty of chances to get the ring from her mom. I honestly think she's more hurt that her mom gave it to me than about the ring itself. And now I feel stuck. If I give it back, it feels like a pity gift, but keeping it makes me feel like I'm being painted as the bad guy by my mom for something her sister chose to do. I'm truly tempted to never bring it up unless Jen wants to talk to me about it, but saying nothing at all also feels wrong. What would you all do? P.S. It is literally a plain gold ring with a very faint detail, so it's not like anyone is trying to pawn it off. LOL.
Okay, so right off the bat, I do like kind of I feel for the cousin, like 1000%. Like I think I would be really, really torn up if something that like meant, I mean, I don't know how much the ring meant to her uncle or this girl's dad. Um, I don't know, I think I would be really, really upset if I didn't receive that and, like, my cousin got that. I would feel like that is kind of backwards, but at the end of the day, it is between this girl's cousin and her aunt to, like, kind of figure out what the hell happened and why she didn't receive it. I wish she had given us, like, the reasoning and the explanation other than the fact that she just didn't want it at the time.
Yeah. Well, I think even like she said, like she made me say things that made me feel fine about taking it. She was probably just
Yeah.
like, it's totally fine. Like I've given her plenty of other things of her dad's. Like I'm imagining that she was just like, it's fine to talk to Jen about it. Like it's good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I personally would never bring it up because, like you said, I think it's between Jen and her mom. And
Mhm.
because it's not like the actual wedding ring, I know it can still be significant. I think, I don't think she's upset about the ring really. And I don't think giving her the ring would solve the issue. I think it's more that she didn't know.
I
And
was
then
gonna say, it sounds
her
like she had no clue and her mom lied about it.
yeah, and then to find out from her 8-year-old, it's I like and I know exactly how that conversation went or that, like, interaction went, I can just see it of her being like, "Oh, cool," and then, like, walking away and, like, getting pissed off. That's,
Being
like,
like,
so, like,
"Holy fuck."
my
Yeah.
family core, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, so I wouldn't bring it up unless she brings it up to you.
Yeah, I think I agree, and I understand because she's kind of, like, stuck between feeling like a bad person for keeping it, and also, like, not really wanting to get rid of it. Because it sounds like she was close with her uncle, so I'm sure it means a lot to her to be able to have it and for what it means for her too, like, it's her wedding band now. I don't know, I guess, like, if it continues to bother her, maybe it's worth having a conversation with your cousin about, and like you said, Kat, like, it's not about the ring itself, it's just, like, the act and, like, the fact that her mom went behind her back to give away something of her dad. So I feel like it'll blow over time. It's probably just the initial shock. I don't know. I wouldn't even, like, maybe even reach out to your aunt about it. I just feel like it's something that if it continues to bother, her name's Jen, right? The cousin?
Cousin's name is Jen,
Yeah,
and
if it
then
can
Jen's mom is Mary, yeah.
I would like to think Jen and Mary can have a conversation about it down the road if it continues to bug Jen. So,
Yeah, I think the other thing that's bothering her is her mom is upset with her about
oh, for
it.
keeping it. Yeah,
Yeah, but,
that's
like, that seems like I'd be like, "Mom, like, please." Like, Aunt Mary gave me this, like, however
what
many
am I
years
supposed to
ago.
do?
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't I feel like Jen wouldn't even want it if you were like, "Hey, like, sorry, here's the ring." Like, if I was Jen, I'd be like, "No, like, that's
I
not
don't want
why
the
I'm
ring. It's not
upset."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think your mom's probably just trying to play peacekeeper, and she thinks the easiest thing to do is to return the ring, but I don't think that's the solution.
Yeah, it seems like she just has it probably was triggering to her too, especially since she has a lot of trauma from her dad's death and has a weird relationship with her mom. So then her mom like giving that to you is just like a dig.
Well, yeah, it's all
Therapy,
around, like,
family
a
therapy.
shitty situation. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of peacekeeper, can I, like, pivot really quickly?
Yeah, please.
I did start to read Sunrise on the Reaping, I think is what it's called. I'm
Okay.
not sure
Are you
if you'll
enjoying
be
it?
well, I'm literally on page, like, 25 because
Okay.
as you guys know, I did finish the Throne of Glass series, and I
Yay.
didn't pick up another book for about a week, so I just started last night. Yeah, it's great so far, but they are releasing the cast, like, very slowly for the movie, and I am too scared to tune in. I really wanna finish the book before I, like, even
Oh,
have, like,
interesting. I
any
know who the
clue who's
cast
in the
is.
cast. Okay, well, just give me some big names, don't tell me who's playing who, if you can think
No,
of
I don't
anyone.
even remember them. Brooke was just showing I like didn't know them,
Oh,
honestly.
okay. I didn't know if there's any, like, big names
I
because I
think
feel like
you
they had so many big
might.
people in Ballad of Songbirds. Well, I will say that I think previously I have said that Throne of Glass wasn't really, like, doing it for me, but I think because
Mhm.
it's just a really long fucking series and definitely, like, the last 4 books were very exciting. I really loved it. Sad to see it go. Highly recommend. I don't wanna say too much. I mean, Kat's never read it, so there's not much
I'm
for
not gonna
me
read
to
it, yes,
say.
but there's not much that
Yeah.
I can respond to it.
Mhm.
Oh, this is who she was telling me about. Do you want me to just tell you one name? That
Mhm.
I didn't know him by name, but I know him. Jesse Plemons.
And wasn't he in the other Hunger Games movies, or am I thinking of someone else?
Is he? Like, I am so dumb. I feel
No,
like he
he's not.
was. Is he
He's not.
not?
No, he's not. I don't know where the fuck I got that from. Yeah, God, yeah, that's
Anyway, she was
exciting.
happy about that.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm happy Brooke's happy about that.
He was in something recently and did really well, but or I know people really liked it, but I never saw it.
Kinds of
So,
Kindness, maybe? Does
yeah,
that ring a bell?
maybe.
Yeah, it was his most
Maybe
recent movie.
so.
All
All
right,
right, well, I'm
cool.
excited to hear about that. Maybe I should read that in solidarity with you, but I'm reading nothing right now, so I need to get in the phase. I think I will because I've started. Oh, I will say really quickly in this pivot. The reason I'm quitting F45 is I decided every morning, like early morning, I'm just gonna do like now that it's nice out, gonna do a long walk on the beach and then come home,
Oh, that's lovely.
which I know is a privilege and I feel very lucky about, but I definitely could see myself like sitting and reading if I have time certain days too. So that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, and you know how Hunger Games books start? They all start with the reaping at the beginning, so you jump right into it.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is a little scary, but still, it's good. And it's like, it seems like semi short. I mean, the book I just read was literally a
Yeah.
thousand pages, so anything seems small to me right now, but I think you should do it.
Yeah, it appears doable. Maybe I will order that and then we could maybe actually discuss the book together. I don't think we've ever done that. Oh,
That
other
would be
than
crazy.
Fourth Wing,
Oh God, yeah.
but
I
not
don't know
Iron
when I'm gonna
Flame.
get to Onyx Store, and people keep asking me, and I'm like, it's gonna take me a second. Y'all are gonna have to wait. I don't really want to read it, so
Yeah, don't even bother at this point.
yeah, I know. Uh,
Okay. Well, you're up, sister.
oh God, yeah. Okay.
Also, whenever I check my phone, if you're watching on video, I feel really rude because did you see like Anya and Drew being canceled for like, I mean, they were being canceled for other things, but people always
Yeah.
talk about them being on their phones. Whenever I go on my phone, it's because I'm checking the timer, not because I'm
Well,
not paying
God, yeah.
attention.
And if
But
you need to send a text, it's fine if you need to text.
not that anyone's ever given us that criticism. I just feel like I have to say it.
Well, no one's watching, so if more people
Well,
watch,
I know
then
it's so
maybe.
funny. Like Tristan and Channing just started theirs, and it's like a more visual experience, obviously, because they're together and we're
Clearly.
not together. So I understand why people don't want to watch us visually, but their their audio anyway. Our audio listeners are so much higher, and their YouTube watchers are so much higher. It's just interesting, but I guess it's just because we're not like physically in person together,
I
and we
feel
don't
like
have a set or
also
something to make it interesting.
also to, like, understand the way that they talk, it might help to be able to see and hear at the same time.
That's
To, like,
yeah.
figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but anyway, I understand y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. You can
I
keep
just
listening via
lost a
audio,
lost a
but
pillow. Ooh.
just know that I am putting in the work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Cat is working real goddamn hard, y'all, so
But also I understand. I listen or consume it however you want to consume it. That's totally fine.
just consume it all. How about
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah.
Ok
Listen and watch.
Because that's always an option, people forget that.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, lovely ladies. Today I'm sharing a story from abroad, an experience that you guys actually somewhat inspired. I went abroad to Scotland last semester, my fall of junior year, completely alone, hoping for the best and that I would meet people who would want to travel. I got so lucky and met a girl who we will call Beth, who I'm lucky to still call a great friend today. We went on all of our trips together and bonded due to the hours and hours of time we spent together in airports, on beaches, basically because of all the waiting that travel ensues. Anyways, within 3 weeks, we embarked on our second trip together to Madrid. This trip literally lasted for 24 hours, but that was the plan all along. We were meeting one of my friends from home, we'll call him Jake, who was studying in Barcelona. He booked the hostel and everything, so for once, and we would learn, that we got to take a back seat and follow him around. We had a long day of exploring all the city that we could since we literally had to go back to Scotland the next day. At night, we got ready to hit the town. We wanted to explore Madrid's club scene, and we were counting on Jake to bring us to a club. Beth put the directions into her phone, and we walked and walked. Turns out she navigated us to the wrong place. I thought it was funny, but Jake was obviously irritated but trying to hide it since he didn't really know Beth that well. By this time, it was 11 and we were yet to even be in line for a club. We didn't get to the next club until almost midnight, and the line was so outrageous that there was no way we could get in. Thank God this happened because we were able to catch the last metro of the night back to our hostel. In retrospect, an Uber probably would have been pretty cheap, but in the moment, it was a godsend. By the time we get back to the area our hostel is in, I'm ready to call it a night. I was so tired and feeling discouraged, but there happened to be a club right across the street from our hostel. We decided to give it a shot. We waited in line for 15 minutes until the people in front of us started talking to us. It was a group of Italian men, and one of them was so fine, I needed him so badly. We befriended them, and Beth starts flirting with one of his friends. After waiting in line for probably an hour, we finally get in and meet up with the Italian men. Beth has one attached to her hip, and I'm plotting on the one I wanted all along. I end up leaving his side for 5 seconds, and of course, he ends up making out with another girl. I was so mad, but of course, since none of these people meant anything to me, I was still plotting to get him. It was okay that he wasn't with me in that moment because then no one would have been dancing with Jake anyways. At 3 a.m., tragedy struck. Jake got a notification on his phone about his upcoming flight. He mistakenly booked his flight for 6 a.m. instead of 6 p.m. We start panicking. I pull Beth away from her man because no way we're letting Jake leave alone. I take this moment to also tell my man that we're leaving, but we'll be right back. I do this by typing into his phone, "We're leaving, but we'll be right back. Also, you're so hot." He reads this and we proceed to make out. Then me, Beth, and Jake run away to get Jake onto his flight. In the hostel, packing up his bags, everything is in a flurry. Beth is mad that we left her man behind. Jake is mad he got his flight wrong, and I'm a mess of anxiety and excitement that I made my move. We get Jake to the airport bus stop and wait with him until the bus comes. Once we see the bus pull away, Beth and I start sprinting through the streets of Madrid like we've never sprinted before. Beth is typing so fast on her phone to let our men know that we'll be back. I seriously can't imagine how absurd we looked running. We got back to the club huffing and puffing, but ultimately got reunited with our men. We ended up going home with them, which was the only time I did that while abroad. It was really convenient because their Airbnb was only a 10-minute walk away. My man had his own bedroom, but Beth's man was on the pull-out couch. At this point, I really wasn't sure if me and my man were going to hook up because he wasn't being super touchy or anything. We did obviously end up hooking up though. Unfortunately, at that point in my life, I hadn't had sex in like 9 months, and I did go ahead and bleed on the white Airbnb sheets to the extent that he asked me if I was on my period. Nope, I wasn't. While all of this was going on, there were times when the two boys would talk to each other through the walls in Italian. Of course, this made us feel awesome as we couldn't hear what they were saying and they were most likely talking about us. Also, at one point, Beth's man walked in while I was naked and having sex with my man. And then another point, I left the room to go pee while Beth and her man were having sex on the couch. Overall, this was a crazy experience and impossible to look back and not laugh. We ended up leaving their Airbnb at 7 a.m. to go back to our hostel and sleep for a few more hours. The next day, I asked my man if he would send me photos his friends took on a digital camera, and he ended up sending me photos of him and another girl he was with. That's all. Love you guys.
Oh my God. They're just like, those are the kind of guys, especially like, I mean, we've been abroad together, like the kind of guys who are
Mhm.
just like standing around and it's kind of like they're just really attractive foreign guys. And it's like, we'll let you do all the work. Like, come to us and we'll just kind of stand around. It doesn't really matter who I end up with. Like, I'll just
It's
end up with
crazy.
someone. Like, because I did the same shit where I'd see like a really hot guy and I'd just be like, hey, like, I don't know what got into me over there, but
Well, once in a lifetime experience, of course.
right. Yeah,
Have
but
to
that's
live it to its
also
fullest extent.
Well, I'm glad it was a safe situation in the end, somewhat, other than like the bleeding and everything.
Well, yeah, that sucks. I also think that it's really sweet that they left the club and like potential hookups to get their friend home and help him get on his flight because, like, I don't think a lot of people would do that.
I don't know if did she say how old she is? Like, is it a broad, like,
She's in her junior year of college, so I would assume that she's 19 or 20.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that junior year me would not do that. Like me now, I'd be like, yeah, of course, like take care of my friend. Junior year me at a club after a long time, I probably wouldn't even know like what he was saying. I'd be like, shut up, like I'm with this
Well,
guy.
especially because it's a man. Like, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
not
"You're
actually. Like if it
fine."
was you, I'd be like, okay, it's fine, like let's go. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, if it was Jake, I'd be like, I'm sorry about that's your
"Sorry,
fault.
Jake. Sorry you booked your flight in the wrong time
Um,
zone or the wrong time." You know what I mean. Anyways,
but it's probably a
um
fun memory of them sprinting through the streets together.
well, that's my other thing is, like, if I'm home, like, at 5 a.m. wasted, I'm probably sad. So the fact that they went
Mhm.
back, but that's just me showing my age right now, maybe at 20 while I'm in Madrid, I would maybe do that, but at 27, like, no, I'm good. I'm actually gonna stay.
Yeah, there was some really, like it was always really fun. Not that I had that many of these nights, but, like, when there was a night where you're out until sunrise, and I still have friends that do this, so it's not just an age thing, but, like, I think I even had a night in Madrid out until sunrise, and then, like, you're running on the streets in the morning and the sun's coming up, it's, like, so fun.
That does kinda sound euphoric, but I do fear that I would, like, crash out real bad afterwards.
Yeah, there was one time where that happened, and I don't remember where we were, but we couldn't get a cab, obviously, because we were in the middle of nowhere and it was probably like 4 or 5 AM. And that was pretty scary. And then just like we waited like hours outside, and by the grace of God, like one drove by. Like there was like no cars on the road. I have no fucking clue where we were, but I love it.
Perfect. That's really
Yay.
sweet. Glad you're here now.
Oh, the talking Italian through the walls would probably like send me into a spiral, but that's fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I would only imagine. I love how she, like, her confidence at first being like, "Well, it was awesome. They were definitely talking about us," but I would be like, "Oh, it's probably nothing good about
Oh,
me
I thought she was being
personally."
sarcastic, like, which we
She could
loved.
have been. She could have been.
I thought I took it as sarcasm, but I don't know. Um, I had, like, a situation like, my abroad boyfriend who I've told you guys about, his room was with like, he had an apartment with a bunch of guys, so there was, like, always, like, guys in and out. This is, like, very random, but one of those guys that his one of his friends that I'd met, which feels like a dream, like, he was, like, not a real person, but anyway, I love him, is now, like, dating one of my friends in LA, like, this
That's
friend
crazy.
that I met that they went to, like, totally different school, that I met in Spain.
That's wild.
I know.
You guys kinda have, like, a bit of an invisible string then. Maybe we should acknowledge that.
Me and this boyfriend's friend.
Yeah, sort of.
I haven't even seen him. I just someone sent a picture of them too, and I was like, "Oh, I know that guy." Like, I don't even think he'd know who I am. That's how funny it
Oh,
is, but I was just
perfect.
like, "Why do I know that guy?" Once I looked, I realized very quickly.
And that's really
Um,
beautiful.
it is. Thank you. I hope it works out between the two of them. Very pretty.
Well, me too. Obviously,
Yeah.
wishing
Oh,
them
I
nothing
guess
but the best.
I don't really want to end on this. The last story I have is this girl asking for advice about rejection, which like,
Ooh.
y'all already know what I'm gonna say, but maybe we'll do that on the Patreon. I just don't wanna end on a bad note. So can we
Yeah.
just keep, like, gossiping?
Yeah, absolutely. I told
I don't
y'all actually, I said this on the Patreon. I told you I was gonna go see Sinners, and I've never done this before in my entire life. But Kyle and I fully bought tickets and didn't go see the movie. And for some reason, like it felt really ethically and morally like very wrong. I like can't explain it.
at least you supported the movie and you can go again.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They just took my money on their box office weekend. So I was actually just pumping the numbers up, if you think about
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so you haven't seen it. I know, Megan really liked it. Miles really loved it. I know I probably wouldn't like it because I know it's, like, scary, but, you should go at some
I
point.
know. Well, we're gonna try to go again. It was Kyle's only like free night with him working at the bar of the weekend. So obviously we had to go drink with our friends. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Well, if this makes you feel better, I have AMC. I'm an AMC member and I don't really go that often. So that's
Oh
like the same
God.
thing, like throwing away my
Yeah.
money. Like I
Yeah.
probably don't go. I think you have to go like I think it's only yeah, if you go twice a month, maybe even once a month. No, because they upped the price. Twice a month you get your money's
Obviously.
worth. Yeah, they upped the price.
Probably
Everyone's upping the
tariffs.
price. Like Netflix is so expensive, I will cry. The AMC membership is so expensive. I can't keep doing this.
It's actually disgusting. Have you seen that tweet? I really wish I could find it right now so I could read it to you guys because it's oh, you're not on Twitter. I don't know why I'm like, have you seen that tweet? I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to find it, but it's basically like they're just saying like, "Oh, it's on Flurbo. Oh, it's on,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Poofy.
have
Oh,
actually
it's
seen
on"
that because that
like,
made its way to other platforms.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
so
it's
funny.
I'm happy to throw away my money to AMC because like I think we need to like support our theaters. But
Absolutely.
um I'm not happy to like keep throwing to all these different platforms. And I know like me saying that is like so not groundbreaking in the fucking slightest. I should have just read the rejection story at this point. But it is like getting insane. Like them getting the emails that the price is jacked up. I like,
And it's you feel so helpless because, like, yeah, I have to keep watching the show that I've been watching the last 2 seasons on Hulu, like, obviously, I have to
yeah.
stay.
I
It's
keep
so fucked
canceling
up.
my Netflix and then restarting it. And Miles gets so I think I've said this on the pod, but Miles gets so annoying because I'll like or gets so annoyed with me because I'll spend money on anything else, but then I'll like cancel like month to month on Netflix. And he's like, why is this like where you draw the line? But you'll like order like $100 of Uber Eats. And I'm like, it's very different. It's the principle.
2 totally different experiences also, and, like, the reoccurring Netflix charge, like, don't need it. I'll
And
pay
also
when I
like
wanna watch.
I have to go through my charges like pretty. I mean, normally I'm not looking. I don't want to know, but when it every quarterly, I have to do it for my business expenses, and I have so many mysterious Apple charges that I like. There's no way to identify what they are, and there's nothing that I can do.
It's literally, like, if it's, like, $5 here and there, I'm like, sure, have it."
I know. I think something very scary is going on, but I don't care enough to ask anyone.
Are you gonna watch the, I guess, 3rd season, I think, of the Summer I Turned Pretty?
Oh, I mean, I guess probably.
I don't know. Did you watch the trailer at least?
I watched the trailer. I
Trailer went big time viral on Twitter to the point where, like, it ended up on a side of Twitter it should have never ended up on, and people were saying, like, so many funny things about it. Like, there's literally one tweet, and it just said, "First of all, why is her name Belly?" Like, that was it.
I don't even know. Maybe I didn't finish the last season or something because I
I
didn't
definitely didn't.
because her and Jeremiah are together. I didn't know
I
that.
I guess so, yeah, and, like,
I must have not
they're so
finished.
in love. Everyone keeps saying, like, "Free my girl Belly," like, "Both those boys are ugly," like, "We gotta get her out," or saying, like, "I hope she cheats."
I have seen him in person and he is like, wow. Like I like in a whoa. Like he
Wait wait, which one? Jeremiah or
yeah,
Conrad?
like it's just like
Jeremiah?
kind of like jarring to
I
see
could
him.
so see that. I feel like I wouldn't be able to look him in the eyes.
I mean,
Like,
I
I'd have to
definitely haven't, definitely won't. Yeah, no, it's just like kind of like I think he's obviously a beautiful person, a beautiful young man. Can't look at him, like very much jump scare.
I would never dream of looking at him.
No, it's not my
Not
type
right
right
now.
now. So
Not right now, no.
Conrad's cute though. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to leave that in the past. I think sometimes I like to throw those on, like if I'm with all my friends on a couch. Oh, I think
Yeah.
that's what we did
Well,
with the last
that's
season.
yeah, we watched all of season 1. Sorry, my dog's whining right now. Can you guys hear her right now?
I can, but it's okay. We're about to wrap
Okay,
up anyway.
I'm trying to get her to just, like, relax for 1 second. Well, come up here. Oh, perfect, we'll have a visitor.
Oh, cool.
Um, I remember that I mean, that's the only way I think you can watch the show is when we're all together and you
Yeah.
binge watch it with your friends because it's so fucking funny in, like, a really good and bad way. Like, just the acting, the music, the lines, like, you have to watch it with people.
Right. Now that you mention it, I think I would love to get a little bit high and
Mhm.
watch with all my friends. So maybe that is how I'll consume it.
1000%.
I don't see myself at this point in my life watching it on my own. Unless like I would love to watch it with my sister, but we're long distance, of course, but
Yeah, I mean, I already am, like, trash at watching TV on my own, so, yeah, probably not, and there ain't no fucking way. I there's nothing I could do to get Kyle to watch it with me. I wouldn't even wanna watch it with him, to be honest.
I mean my like there's so many things that Miles would do before doing that. Let's just say that. Would never. I was talking to him about the Cinderella story movie. 'Cause he
Uh-huh.
gets to, like, pick all the movies. That's, like and I actually didn't realize I wanted to be mad about this until, like, yesterday. 'Cause I was like, "Yeah, we should watch a Cinderella story." He's never
Mhm.
even heard of
Great
it. I
oh
said
my
with
god.
Hilary Duff, and I was like, "We should definitely watch it, it's really good." He randomly didn't wanna watch it, and I'm like,
That's
"Well,
so
I watch
weird.
all of like, I know the movies that you're suggesting are, like, on paper better movies, but not to me. So like, yeah, yours might have won a couple awards, but mine like meant a lot to a lot of people.
1,000 I mean, it was life-changing for a lot of young teens growing up. I think it's the least he could do.
Like, no, it didn't sweep the Oscars, but, like,
It could've.
it should've.
It could've today. It could today. Put it on the ballot today and it would sweep.
Yeah, so anyway, he wants to watch because he got very mad that I, didn't pay attention, and by very mad, I mean, not actually mad, but, like, didn't pay attention the last time we watched, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So
Mhm. I
now
don't is that the movie with Brad Pitt,
it's like
right?
everyone, yeah.
There's a
Um,
million people in it. Oh, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, actually.
and
Um,
I guess I literally texted him, he's like, "Can we watch that?" And I said, "We just watched that." And he said, "You didn't watch it." And I was like, "I definitely watched all of it." Like, I can't. But anyway, I'll probably have to watch that
God
tonight. I know it's very good. It's just like it's again, it's the principle. So
God forbid you dual screen for a little bit also, like a little
I
break from
know,
the
God
movie.
forbid. All right. Y'all, love you so much. We're about to go record a Patreon. So if you
Mhm.
want to join us there, we will be there.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Candy's blocking me from the camera. That's so sweet of you. All right, love you
Love you
guys. Talk to
guys.
y'all
Bye.
later. Bye.